Hello, this is Mr. Logistics and welcome to my channel. This will be a simple overview of how a supply chain works. I'll try to keep this condensed and to the point as much as possible. Again, I stress simple overview because in logistics, as some of the people know that have worked in the industry for a while, it can get a lot more complicated than what I'm describing here. I am describing the perfect outcome. So anyway, some of the points I'd like to cover, just so that if you're new or you're curious about how a supply chain works, this is the place to be. So let's start off with the very basics. The customer will send in a purchase order to the administration team. The administration team will then process that purchase order. Then they will send a sales order acknowledgement order back to the customer to confirm the quantities and pricing is correct. Then a pick list will be processed and then sent out to the warehouse team. The warehouse team will then get the goods ready for transport. The administration team arranges transport to collect the goods. The customer receives the goods and then the customer is invoiced. The last 2 points can go either way, but we're going with that scenario for now. So that is the basic overview of how a simple supply chain works internally and externally. So I'll go over it again. I might add a little bit more detail so you understand what's going on. So we'll start in the top right hand corner. We have our buyer and we have our seller. So the buyer comes to the seller, I want your goods. No worries, mate. So they come to an agreement. It could be a sales rep, or it could that is looking after an account of a particular customer. They come to an agreement. Then a purchase order is then sent to the office. Administration staff will process that purchase order. They will then send an order acknowledgement or a sales order acknowledgement back to the customer so that they understand that the quantity and the pricing of the goods are accurate. And generally after that has been all okayed and everything's fine, that will then be processed and a pick slip will be printed out and will be sent to the warehouse team. The warehouse team will then pick the goods, pack the goods and get it ready for transport. They will hand back their pick slip back to the administration team to arrange transport with the weights and dimensions. Transport will then be arranged to collect the goods and then the goods will be delivered to the customer. The customer is happy until he gets his invoice and the cycle repeats. So this is a very basic overview. I hope this has helped somebody out there when it comes to supply chain and logistics and warehousing and all those sorts of things. I'd like to go into more detail about the industry. So leave a comment, leave a like, hit the subscribe button. That is it for Mr. Logistics. See ya.